I'm a camp counselor. I started the summer before my junior year, and I've been hooked ever since. I've jumped around from camp to camp over the years, but this is most likely my last summer as a counselor, so I've decided to make it a special one. I've stuck to camps around the New Jersey area, but since I wanted this summer to be special, I decided to fly across the country to a camp in Montana. It was smaller than most, but the counselor to camper ratio was also smaller, which I loved, since it would mean I would get to know my campers better. The campers aren't arriving until mid-May, but the training started a week ago. Since arriving, though, I'm not sure if I want to continue working here for the rest of the summer. Everything about the camp is really great. Mary is the summer camp coordinator, and she's been such a pleasure so far. Most of the time, the summer camp coordinator is a hard ass who wants to beat the fun out of being a camp counselor. Mary, however, has already shown that she is not like that. Part of the staff bonding was a bonfire party at a clearing in the woods. Some of the returning staff had brought alcohol and weed, which was shared with the whole staff. When Mary returned, the new staff tried to hide their drinks, but Mary revealed that she had brought a full cooler of beer and encouraged the staff to relax. This party was about 3 days into our training, and although I didn't like drinking that much, I decided to have a beer or two. At some point, I realized a lot of the staff had gone to their tents, and it was only Mary, myself, and 2 other people. We talked about the bonfire for a while, and I learned that the other two's names were Callie and Sam. They had been working at this camp for 4 years, and began dating their first year here. We were all just talking and passing around a joint when Callie asked Mary if last summer's pest was taken care of. Sam snapped at Callie that she shouldn't scare the newbie, but Mary just sighed and said that she hadn't seen anything since October. I assumed they were just talking about a coyote or a bear and shook it off. The 3 of them went back to talking about the newbie counselors and who they thought would hook up with who before the end of the summer. It was like every other camp I've been to. Counselors drink and party when the kids are asleep. I went to bed thinking that I should become better friends with Callie. I kept getting the feeling, though, that I should ask more about what animal they were talking about so I could be prepared for protecting my campers. I've always been a morning person, so I woke up before the other counselors and started to the campfire where I saw Callie was already awake. I thought this was the perfect time to ask about what she was talking about before. When I asked, though, she got nervous before pulling me close and telling me that I should be careful while walking through the woods. She explained that 3 campers went missing in the woods, and when Mary first got here, she actually renamed the camp so the records of the 3 missing campers wouldn't be connected to it. Apparently, in 1991, a young boy named Henry went missing and was never found. The same event occurred in 2003 with a boy named James, then again in 2011 with a girl named Talia. Since then, counselors have reported seeing a boy with a tall woman. Callie said that it's become a bit of an urban legend with the campers who say the woman is here to steal away bad children. However, things came to a boiling point last year when Callie almost quit after seeing the woman and a little girl herself. Callie said she was walking to clear her mind one night and saw 2 figures at the edge of the woods. When she saw the woman, she didn't freak out at first because she looked so familiar. Callie swore to me it looked like her mother, and she was drawn to the edge of the woods where her mother waited with an outstretched hand. It was only once Callie realized the little girl was shaking her head and mouthing no with a smile that seemed forced did she realize it made no sense for her mother to be in these woods. Something suddenly snapped in Callie's head, and she ran as fast as she could back to her cabin. Callie said the whole time she was running, she heard a small girl screaming and a howling sound getting closer and closer to her. I didn't really believe Callie at first. She told me to keep it a secret from Mary that she told me, but I figured she was just trying to play a prank on the new counselor. However, I did make a mental note to be careful when walking at night. That brings me to tonight. The cabin I'm sitting in has mesh windows that wrap around the whole cabin. I swear I heard someone say my name outside on the porch. There's no lock on the door. I'm just trying to figure out what I should do. I feel strangely drawn to leave the cabin, but after what Callie told me, I really shouldn't. There's only one other person in the cabin, and their bunk is all the way across the building, and I would have to cross right by the door to get to her, which I feel like is just a bad idea. Every hair on my body is standing up straight. The brightness on my phone is as low as it can be, and I'm hiding under a blanket on the top bunk. I'm recording this to try and calm myself down so that I can find some reasonable explanation. I should have paid more attention to Callie. I just heard my name again. I swear that sounds like my little sister.